There's a few different reasons as to why people overpronate. So 1 is a problem with their hips, 2 is a problem with their knee, and 3 is a problem with their foot. So it depends on which one. But your hip, a problem with your hip can lead to a problem with your knee, which puts a downward force and makes you overpronate. So what I mean by this is, let's say when you fall and your hips aren't balanced, you can already see when I tilt my pelvis this way, my knee wants to go this way. So the downward force makes you go like that. Actually, you can't see in the picture. There we go. So I raise my foot up, my hip sinks. When I bend my knee, it's going this way. So when you bend your knee, you can see that my foot, the downward pressure wants to go this way, which puts so much pressure and a downward force into me overpronating, going that way. And then on this foot, same thing, bring your knee up, hips tilt, knee falls in, and then you tend to overpronate. And this also leads to ITB syndrome. So when you come up, your knee falls inwards, and the downward pressure, you can see this angle decreasing here. Downward pressure going this way, angles decreased here, ITB gets tight and starts clicking off the bone that causes the problem. So let's say it's not coming from your hips are strong, but you're still overpronating. I'm trying to get my foot into overpronation here. So your foot wants to go into overpronation because of a weakness here. So if your big toe isn't strong, there we go. If your big toe isn't strong, what happens is that the arch collapses and you overpronate. So what happens here is your big toe isn't strong, so it can't force you into a proper arch, so it puts downward pressure and you start to overpronate in like that. So I'll put my socks on again because nobody wants to see horrible toes. Okay, so I've explained problems with your hips, problems with your knees, and the problems with your foot. So if you have an instability in anything from hip, knee, ankle joint, or a lack of power in your hip or in your arch, it's going to cause you to overpronate. You're going to be less balanced, you're going to be less efficient, and it's going to cause you injuries. So I'll show you how to fix the problem in your ankle joint first. Okay, so what you need is a strong post with a resistance band. So put it around your ankle and bring it so you can see that my ankle wants to go to the right hand side or going that way. So what you want to do is stand on one foot, make your ankle go out, and then bring it back in again. So what that looks like from the front, you can see when I bring it out, my foot wants to go out. So what you want to do is just move the ankle joint like so, but making sure that your big toe is driving into the ground. So you want to press into it, and you feel the burn coming up along the inside and a little bit on the outside, but more on the inside. And to make it harder, up on one foot and keep on moving your foot inwards. So you want to do enough. There's no point in me saying that you need to do an X amount of number or X amount of whatever it is, because everybody's different. So once you start to feel the burn or the pain or the fatigue in it, go 3 to 4 reps more than that. So let's say you feel it at 15, do 3 to 4 more reps of that. So the other exercise is coming from the other angle. So bring the band out again, and you can see that the band pulls me in to overpronation. So what you want to do is curl your foot up, but making sure your big toe is doing a lot of the work. So your big toe is activating it, that it wants to curl up and make an arch. So a little bit closer here. I have my foot. The arch is created and then it falls back down into over pronation. Arch is created, fall back down. Arch is created, fall back down. And you'll feel a little muscle just along here wanting to do a lot of the work, because the muscle goes underneath here and comes up here. So you're activating that muscle, trying to get it to work. Like that. So another way to make it harder, bring one foot up and then into over pronation, out of over pronation, into pronation, over pronation. So you just want to make the band do the work, bring it out enough if you can't feel it, and it's going to go into over pronation, back out, pronation, back out, over pronation. So that is what I would suggest to help with your ankle, your foot, and the power of your foot, because you want to build a strong arch. And when an arch was invented, nobody decided to put some sort of arch support in halfway through. So when the river is going through an arch, this way, and the river's going through, no one decided to end up putting a pillar here. An arch goes from point A to point B, the water or tunnel or whatever goes through it. So why would you want to put a support here? It's just going to make it lazy. So build the muscles up and you won't overpronate. It's as simple as that. Fix the mechanics of the way your foot is going. You don't want your knee going in, you don't want your knee going out, because it's going to send energy inwards or outwards where you want energy to go forward. I hope that helps, and I will start updating regularly on little tips and tricks that you can help, that will help you be a better and a more efficient runner.